Welcome to Seattle College's international programs and our show Conversations With, where we talk to people that help you understand how you too can be an international student in the United States and why Seattle Colleges should be your first choice. We'll talk to students and staff and agents and government folks, all kinds of people about what you can expect when you're getting ready to apply or travel here, what you'll experience while you're with us, and how it can all lead to an amazing life. Don't forget to check out the Seattle College's International Programs website at intl.seattlecolleges.edu, where you can find a treasure trove of information about the school, the programs here, and best of all, fill out and submit your application. Again, that's intl.seattlecolleges.edu. Hey everybody, welcome back to Seattle College's Conversations With. We are here at Seattle Central with the very famous student employee of ours here in the marketing department. Val is here. How are you?
Hi, I'm good. How are you?
Welcome. Now, I literally just walked in the room and said, hey, you want to do a podcast? And then I stole her away. So this is all very sudden.
Yeah.
Thanks for doing it.
Of course.
So let's tell everybody who you are, your full name. Mm-hmm. You can pronounce it much better than I can. Tell them who you are, where you're from, what you're studying maybe, and how long you've been here.
Okay. Oh, well, hello, everyone. My name is Valeria. I'm from Indonesia. My full name is Valeria Tjoa. I am studying Sustainable Building Science Technology. It's a bachelor's degree program. And then I've been here in Seattle since 2019. Wow. So I guess this December will mark it as 5 years.
Wow.
Yeah. So
many questions popping into my head all of a sudden. So first of all, you guys should know we're doing this interview at Central, but you're actually a student at
South Seattle.
At South Seattle College. Yeah. So good to know. And that's important for future students to know that you can be a student on one campus, but get a job at a different campus.
Yeah,
that's really good.
Yeah.
How long have you been working for marketing and outreach now?
I started February, so.
Okay.
Yeah.
And did you have a student job before this one, or was this your?
No, this is my first
one.
Job. Yeah.
Cool. And how many hours are they working you per week?
Oh, right now is 15 hours.
Oh, that's pretty good schedule then.
Yeah.
Wow. And what are they having you do? When I say they, the marketing department, which I'm a part of, but different boss.
I'm working on 2 roles right now as administrative assistant, which is I do mostly like data entry and then contracts, like agency. And then the other one is like social media. Okay. International program social media.
So that keeps it interesting.
Yeah. It is fun. Yeah.
Cool. Oh, I'm glad you're enjoying it. That's good. So that begs the question then, did you use an agent?
When I came here?
Yeah.
No.
You didn't?
What?
Because I know agents are pretty big in Indonesia.
I did. Actually, yeah. I did for... because when I come here, it was like also very sudden.
Oh.
Yeah. So I use an agent that my aunt knows of in Jakarta.
Okay.
And then that agent leads me to Edmonds Community College back then. So I spent my first quarter at Edmonds.
At Edmonds.
Yeah.
And Edmonds, just so you guys know, the listeners, Edmonds is kind of a bedroom community just to the north of Seattle. So it's close, but it's in a different town.
Yeah.
So you went to Edmonds. So let's go back a little bit. So you were in Indonesia as a student, like at a private school, or were you at a public school?
Public school.
You were at a public school. Yeah. Right. So how did you hear about Seattle? Well, you didn't hear about Seattle colleges. You heard about maybe being an international student?
Okay. So I was finishing my bachelor's degree in Indonesia.
Oh, so you graduated, went to university.
Yeah, I already had my bachelor's in interior design in Indonesia, 2019. I graduated July, and then my aunt who lives in here,
Oh, she lives in Seattle?
Yeah, she lives in Seattle. She lives in Edmonds. And then she came for like a vacation, and then we just like casually talk, and then she was like, oh, hey, what about, since I'm just graduated back then, and then like I have no like string attached to any of company, I haven't looking for a job yet. So she said like, oh, like, are you like interested like coming to the US, like just have some experience? And I was like, sure. So that was
Sure.
that was October. And then she said, okay, I have this agent, and then like we're connect, and then like, oh, when do you plan to come to US? And then maybe like she said like, oh, maybe you should come as soon as possible, like my onset. Maybe so we're looking at the winter quarter back in 2019.
So it'd been winter of 2019?
2019. So it was October, and then like, so like we're rushing all the visa process.
Right.
Yeah. So December I got my visa, and then I flew on the Christmas night.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Were you a little bit nervous about it since it all happened so fast, or
It was like,
did you feel good?
I was not nervous.
You weren't? Huh.
Yeah, because I did not do my research at all when I come to Seattle. So I was like, oh, it feels more like a vacation.
Sure.
Yeah, so it's like, and then coming here was like so surprised. Yeah, because I live in Jakarta. It's
Sure.
like
The big city.
very big city. Seattle is a big city, but it's very different. Yeah, I mean,
Not like Jakarta, though.
It's not like Jakarta, like not like Asia. Yeah, so
Wow.
yeah,
That's pretty nuts.
yeah.
So you applied to Edmonds, which makes sense since your aunt lives there. What program did you apply for at Edmonds Community College?
That one is, I think I was apply for like graphic design.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but my first quarter it's only like general educations, so
Sure.
art and English and stuff. But yeah.
Right. So it seems odd to me. So you already had a bachelor's degree. So when you went in for your visa interview, did they say, well, look, you already have a bachelor's degree. Why do you want to go to a community college?
Well, they didn't ask that, but
They didn't.
they didn't ask that.
Huh.
But they're like, yeah, they only ask like, oh, why you choose Seattle, something like that. Like very easy question. But and then I also like explain, oh, I wanted to learn like graphic design because like this. But yeah.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
I mean, it kind of makes
Just
sense
for,
with
like,
your...
like continuing education.
Right.
And then like have experience here.
Mm-hmm.
But
So from the time you got accepted at Edmonds and got your I-20 issued, how long did it take for you to get, obviously not very long.
yeah.
So what, just a few weeks to get your interview
Yeah.
in Jakarta?
Yeah.
And then you said just a couple of quick questions and you got your visa on your first try?
Yeah. I know.
Easy.
It's just like meant to be because
Just meant to be.
I guess, yeah, it was. I also like debating like, should I like, is it too soon, like winter? Should I wait until April? And suddenly like coming here, like COVID happens, and then like if it's like I postpone it until April, I wouldn't never come here.
But wait a minute, you said 2019. COVID didn't
Yeah.
happen until 20, right?
2020, right? Yeah.
Yeah. So you got here in winter of 2019.
December. So
December of 2019.
Yeah.
Oh, and then COVID's hitting
Yeah.
right as you get started. Okay, that makes sense. So you did one quarter at Edmonds, and then what happened?
What? And then I decided like, oh, I don't really like where this is going, like the graphic design, because my background is in interior design. So
Right.
I feel like maybe I want to try something more towards like architectural. So Edmonds doesn't have that. So I was looking at other community college I want to transfer to, and then I ended up like taking associate degree at architectural technology at Lake Washington,
Oh,
Kirkland.
is that? Yeah. That's just up the road. That's a community college?
I think that's more.
I think that's a...
technical college.
Yeah, I do too.
Yeah. But then, so there's not a lot of international students.
I can't imagine.
Yeah, and then it was COVID, so I didn't go to school for 3 quarters.
You like just no classes, or were they online classes?
Online classes.
Okay, it was all
yeah.
online. And did you finish that program?
Yeah, I finished.
Oh, you did?
I finished 2022.
With a degree in what?
AAS.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Right. Okay, so you finished that degree.
I finished that degree.
And then you decide to come to Seattle colleges?
I work.
Oh, you
so
worked.
I got OPT for a year.
Gotcha.
So,
That's right.
Yeah,
OPT.
yeah. So I got a job at architectural firm.
Very cool.
Yeah.
How did you find that job?
So my professor at Lake Washington, he has a connection with the principal at the firm.
Interesting. So can you repeat for me the name of the major that you had there again? It's called architectural
Technology.
Architectural technology.
Yeah.
So you're not an architect. What is it? What does an architectural technology degree do? What does it allow you to do?
Well, it's I feel like it's a very very good program because they teach me a lot or more like practical skills. So like a lot of so architecture interior, they use a lot of software.
Sure, yeah.
So yeah, it's more about like those software that
Is it like CAD software?
yeah, AutoCAD, Revit, and then yeah.
Right. Wow, interesting. Who'd have thought? So then you do OPT. So I'm really curious about OPT. I've had other guests on the show that talk about OPT, but there's a lot of detail that I'm missing. So let's go to when you're graduating. How much time before you graduated did you start the application process for OPT? Or did you wait till you had already graduated before you started the application process?
Oh, no. I started a quarter before.
A quarter before.
Yeah.
And so at the very beginning of it, is there like paperwork you have to fill out?
A lot of paperwork.
And there is a fee you have to pay, I understand.
Yeah. It's around $400. Yeah.
And that's all up front.
Yep.
So, and there's no guarantee that you'll
Yeah.
get OPT,
Yeah,
right?
exactly.
So what happens if you can't find someone who will take you for OPT? Do they give you the money back?
No, I don't believe so.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
So that's a little nerve-wracking, it seems to me. But
Seems like visa, right? Like
Right.
when you're paying for your visa interview and then like it's not guaranteed.
there's no
that-
guarantees.
No one. Yeah.
But I haven't interviewed any students that have done OPT that have not been able to find OPT. I think everybody I've talked to finds something. So that's good. Maybe it's not, maybe it's rare that you don't actually find something. Does someone assist you in, well, you had your professor, but do they guide you in other ways? Is there like a counselor or an advisor or something?
I
No.
was like, have to be like very proactive. Like, oh, can you connect me to here?
Okay. And then you send like a letter of inquiry with a CV.
Yeah.
Is that what you do?
Yeah. And then because my professor has a connection, so he can introduce me, make an introduction to the principal, and then get me into the interview at least.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, let's talk about the OPT experience then. So you start at this firm, architectural firm. Do they just have you making coffee and making photocopies, or do you actually get to do stuff?
I actually get to do stuff.
Cool. Okay.
Yeah.
That's what I would hope. But
Yeah. It's like a real full-time job.
it's a real full-time job,
Yeah.
and they pay you as a full-time employee.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
And you did a full year?
I did a full year.
Wow.
They actually they willing to sponsor me for a work visa, but since it's the lottery process,
Oh,
I don't know if you know that.
I don't know much about that.
Yeah.
Maybe tell the viewers and me, because I don't know.
So
What-
it's called H-1B.
Okay.
So it's like everyone in the United States who has the employer, they can apply the employees to that, and then but then the system will just like randomly pick.
Oh my gosh.
So and then like back in my year, it was like I don't know. There's like 80,000 applicants, and then they only accept, I don't know, like half of it.
Wow.
Or like,
Well, it's a coin flip whether you're going to get it or not.
but then there's a lot of duplicates applicants back then.
I see.
Yeah, so it's like, it's pretty unfair back in my year, but then yeah. Anyway, so I didn't get it.
You didn't get it. Can you reapply over and over?
Yeah.
You can, okay.
Yeah, as long as the employer
Is still willing to do that, yeah. But you didn't. You finished your OPT, and then what happened?
Well, I couldn't get a job. I couldn't get the work visa, so I rethinking my life. Do I want to go back to Indonesia? That's the very first thing that I was like, oh, I'm so really want to go back. But then I feel like the career here, like I still have so many things that I'm like curious about. So I was looking at other, like there's only the other option was just continue to study, right? So I feel like, oh, might as well I just like do a master's or the bachelor's. And then I'm still like want to live in Seattle. And then master's was like, it's too expensive for me. So, and then I was looking at this program at South Seattle College, the Sustainable Building Science, and I was like, oh, interesting, because I've always interested in sustainability. And then it's really, really growing in Seattle. So I feel like this is such a good career path that I want to take.
Well, let's talk about this program, because I got to be honest, I do this for a living, you know, this is my job to be recruited, but I don't even know this program. Okay. So you're going to educate me today and our listeners. So there's a Bachelor's of Applied Science degree at South Seattle.
Yeah.
Is it available on any of the other campuses or only at South?
Only at South.
Okay. And it's 4 years.
Yeah.
So you are technically in what, your third or fourth year of that program?
Yeah, because I was transferring 2 years from like associate degree, so I only finished like the 2 years.
2 years, okay.
Yeah.
So so after this year you'll have one more year, or are you finishing this year?
I graduate next spring.
Next spring, okay.
So
oh, so not too long.
Yeah.
And what kinds of things do you study for this degree?
A lot of building science, building codes, energy policy. So yeah, a lot.
Interesting.
Very, very nerdy.
Very nerdy.
And technical. It's very hard, but
is it?
Yeah. But I feel like the faculty and the program, they're very like supportive to the students. Like always connect the students with the industry. And then my program has mandatory internship.
Oh,
so they
that's good to know.
require me to do internship since the second quarter.
Okay.
Until like the end.
And how's that going?
I've been internship since I'm international student, so I only internship with my professor.
Okay.
Yeah, so I've been doing it with Seattle College. But then...
And the internship is not paid, right?
It is paid.
Oh, it is?
I got paid.
So you get paid here and you get your internship?
Yeah.
Wow.
So during the summer, I can work 40 hours, right?
Right.
So I feel like I did 20 hours here and then 20 hours with my professor. And then what happened was, because I don't know how he managed to do that, but so I have like several different projects that I'm working on, but then like it's called building tune-up, so I get to go to different sites. I go to ACT Act Theater, do like the commissioning of the building, and then I go to the church, and then the most fun during my summer, I was doing internship at Woodland Park Zoo.
That's so great.
Yeah.
What a cool degree. Are there other international students, or are you the only one?
No, I'm the only one.
Wow. Well, think about this program if you're out there, guys. You could do a whole bachelor's degree. So theoretically, they could start as a freshman and go all the way through, right?
I'm not sure about that. I don't know if it's only 2 years, like you...
Just do your junior, senior year?
Yeah. But then I feel like, because like the first 2 years you do your prerequisite.
Sure.
Yeah, so...
Well, there you go. Something to look into. Wow, that's really cool. And then you are thinking afterwards of doing another OPT because you'll have a different level of education.
Yeah, that's what I'm hoping. I can get 3 years of OPT.
Oh, because it's considered a STEM?
STEM.
What?
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah, a lot of consideration why I picked this program.
Right.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Okay, so that's a really interesting pathway. Do you live out by South or do you live closer to Central?
Neither. I'm living in Redmond.
Redmond?
Yeah.
Oh, so you live on the other side of the lake?
Yeah.
Interesting. So you must have a car?
No, I commute. I 5 years here, cannot drive.
That's
so I'll
great.
just take bus everywhere.
Right. Well, that's good. I don't technically have a car either.
Oh,
so
really?
I take public transportation quite a bit. Or I'll get a ride. My wife has a car, so sometimes I'll ride with her. But buses, subways, it's all pretty good. The subway's supposed to open up and go across all the way out to that side of the city.
I've seen they're making something.
Yeah. So you generally take the bus?
Yeah.
And how long does it take to get from Redmond to Seattle Central?
40 to 1 hour.
Oh, it's quite a ways. And then it's another 45 minutes out to South. So you take a bus to downtown, then catch the 125?
Yeah, that's what I usually do.
Right.
But then also my program, because it's considered hybrid.
Oh, okay.
So I only go to school basically once a month.
Once a month?
Yeah.
The rest of the time it's online?
Yeah.
Oh.
That's why I can work here more flexible hours.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
How do you like that? I mean, I know some students I've talked to, they really like hybrid. Others, they are really interested just in in-person classes.
I personally like that because, I don't know, I like the flexibility, so I can live anywhere I want. And
That's
then
true.
it's just I just can do other stuff and my weekdays. And it's usually it's on Saturdays because my classmates are working adults, everyone.
Interesting.
So yeah, I feel this program is for people the continuing educations, who's want to change their career more. So yeah.
That's really fascinating.
Yeah.
Cool. So do you have a house, an apartment? Do you live with your family, your aunt, you said?
Yeah.
That's great. So then you save all that money on lodging and food, and that's great.
Know, because living in Seattle is too expensive.
It is an expensive city. It's like most big cities in the United States. I mean, the U.S. is just an expensive place to live, let's face it. Let's get away from the programs for just a sec. What's been your biggest, you've been here a while now, so what was the biggest surprise when you moved here? Because, you have this idea of what America is about, and then you get here and it must be whoa, what the heck?
Yeah.
Was it what you thought it would be? Is it a lot different? Kind of similar? What's been your biggest surprise?
I think my thoughts was it was like LA or New York.
Oh, you thought Seattle would be like that?
Yeah. But then I just realized America is very big.
It's big, yeah.
And then the land is very huge, and then everyone has a yard. Well, not
That's
everyone,
not totally true.
That is not true.
A lot of people do, yeah.
But weather, I think, is the most surprise, and then
Yeah, coming from Jakarta, Seattle's got to be a little different for you.
Yeah.
Let's ask about the weather then, because what do you think?
I mean, now it's definitely I'm accustomed to it, but
Accustomed to what? How would you describe the weather in Seattle?
temperate.
Temperate. That's a
Yeah.
good way to describe it. Does it rain all the time?
Now it's not.
No, it doesn't rain all the time. See, we have a reputation that it rains all the time in Seattle, but that's just not true.
It is not true. It is it feels really, really nice these days.
Summer's wonderful, right?
Yeah.
Winter can be dark and wet, but
Yeah.
it's not too bad.
It is not too bad compared to if I have to live in Midwest or East Coast. Or like extreme, like if it's hot, it's really hot, or like if it's cold, it's really cold. But here it's like perfect.
In Jakarta, if it's hot, yeah?
Well, it's always hot.
Always hot.
Always hot.
There's
and
no
humid.
cool season?
No.
What?
It's hot.
Never cool.
No, I don't believe so.
Have you ever seen it rain?
Well, it's so...
I mean, not rain. Of course you've seen it rain. Have you ever seen it snow?
Well, no, it's not.
Never. Okay.
Yeah, it's...
I've never been to Indonesia, so...
Oh, you should visit.
I know. I'd love to. I've been to Southeast Asia. I've been all over, but I haven't been to Indonesia. Definitely need to go someday.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So, were your family surprised that you wanted to come, or were they supportive, or were they like, "What are you doing? What do you think? Why don't you just stay here and get married and get a job?"
I know, right? Yeah, exactly what they thought. Because I'm the only daughter.
Oh.
And the last child, the youngest.
The little kid.
Yeah. So, but then when I was kid, I always had a dream to do like a study abroad.
Okay.
Yeah. So I feel like, and then my parents just this time, oh, you have your aunt now, like you have a family at least, like they wouldn't let me go if I only by myself.
That's okay. Good to know. All right. So when you came over, you had to go very quickly packing your bags. What's one item you wish you had brought that you didn't bring?
I wish I left a lot of stuff actually.
Oh, you wish you hadn't brought as much as you did.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Because I brought a lot of, I think back then I brought a lot of clothes and then all like a lot of stationery. But then, yeah, it's like kind of useless. And then like a lot of like thin clothes and then like, oh, it's really, back then it was cold. But now I'm like, I wish I have more like thin clothes because now I'm like, I can go 15 degrees Celsius outside just like wearing t-shirt.
Wow. Yeah. You have adjusted. That's pretty good.
Yeah.
Because it probably doesn't get down to 15 very often, if ever.
Yeah.
Wow, cool. Well, really interesting. Since you've been here, have you had the chance to travel around the United States, or have you just kind of hung out in Seattle?
No, I've traveled.
Have you? Where have you been?
Not a lot, as I wish for. I've been to California,
L.A., San Francisco,
or Vegas.
Mm-hmm.
New York, Chicago.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
And do you usually fly? Do you do road trips with friends who have cars?
I've road trip before.
You have?
Yeah. To the
Great
California.
American. Oh, cool.
It was so fun. Yeah.
Did you go down the coast or did you go down I-5?
I go to coast.
That's a great way to go.
Yeah.
So you probably went through my hometown. Did you go down the Oregon coast?
Yeah.
Florence, Oregon is where I grew up. So you went through my part of the woods. Very pretty down that way.
It is pretty.
Mm-hmm. Wow, that's really great. Oh, do you hear that? I mean, it's trivia time. Dun, dun, dun. So this is part of the show where we ask you 5 questions. If you get them all right, you're up on our wall of fame. If you don't get them all right, you'll probably cry yourself to sleep tonight. It's very traumatic for most of our guests. Okay, question number 1, just to get you started. Tell me what state Seattle is in.
Oh, easy. Washington.
Have to start you off easy. Okay, question number 2. What state is directly south of Washington?
Well, easy too. Oregon.
Not everybody knows that, so good job. All right, question number 3. There are 3 national parks around the city of Seattle. Can you name one of them?
North Cascade?
Yes! Have you been?
Yeah.
Wow, that's really great. Did you go around the north side up by Mount Shuskin, or did you go around the south side?
I think go north side. Yeah.
Beautiful, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not very visited, that park. Everybody should go. It's really amazing.
It is very.
Yeah. You guys don't have mountains like that.
No.
Super tall mountains, right? In Indonesia?
Well, a lot of active volcanoes.
Oh, sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Actually, never go to mountains in Indonesia.
No?
Yeah.
Do you travel around Indonesia a lot? Do you go to the other islands?
Yeah.
Do you?
Yeah, but yeah, it's not because Indonesia is very, very
It's big.
big. Yeah. So.
Have you ever been to like Papua New Guinea? Have you ever been to none of the neighboring countries?
No, it's so expensive to go there.
Is it?
Yeah.
What's right there though?
It is expensive,
Seems
like
like
the flights and everything. It's like because it's very far out, and then the logistics, everything. Yeah.
What about, is it Brunei that's real close by? Is it Brunei?
Brunei or something. Yeah, it's like close to Malaysia.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No? All right. Interesting. Okay, question number 4. If you want to take a vacation quarter, how many quarters in a row must you do before you can take a vacation quarter?
3.
Yes! Good job. And the last question, what was the last movie you saw in the movie theater?
Oh, that's not a trivia.
No, but it is. Usually this is the hardest question for most of my guests.
Yeah, that is hard.
It's like, Do you go out to the movies?
Yeah.
Okay.
Wait, I was like, so it's blanking. No, it's the Marvel.
Oh.
What was it?
Well, there's so many. I'm not sure which one.
Ryan Reynolds.
The
Deadpool.
Deadpool, yeah. How was it?
It was good.
Yeah?
Yeah, I don't know, just like blanking out.
Yeah. It has Wolverine and... Yeah. Gotcha. Cool.
Yeah, that was awesome.
All right. Well, good job. I think you're up on our Wall of Fame. Nice job with all the
Yay.
questions. So the last things we do, of course, is you've been here since 2019. That's a long time. So you must have a lot of wisdom that you can share with people back in your region. Words of wisdom for these young people back home that are thinking about coming to the United States to study, or maybe they're thinking about community colleges, or their parents aren't really quite sure what that means. Just whatever you think is important for people to think about.
I think if I can turn back time, I would do my research. Like if I already know, like I want to study in the U.S. or like anywhere else, like I would do high school completion program, save so much time, so much money, and then I can graduate at what age? Like, maybe like 20.
Right. It's a really great deal. For you, those of you out there that haven't heard about High School Completion Plus, basically, as long as you're 16 years of age by the first day of class, you can stop going to school in your home country, come to the United States, do your first 2 years of community college, which is university work. And at the end, you get an associate's degree, but you also get your U.S. high school diploma.
Exactly.
So if you're paying private tuition back home, save that money, save that time, come to Seattle colleges, and get your high school diploma here. It's a great way. Yeah, that's good advice. And then, of course, the last thing we do is ask you to say a few words in your first language. So what is your first language?
Indonesia.
Indonesian. Okay. They call it Bahasa Indonesia?
Bahasa Indonesia.
Okay, yeah, cool. So yeah, like 20 seconds worth of whatever you want to say, either your advice or say hello to family or whatever. This is the tough part of the program.
This is hard. I think I would just say semangat buat teman-teman di Indonesia buat studinya. Jangan takut buat ke Amrik because kuliah di luar negeri banyak banget pengalaman yang bisa didapetin. That's it.
Ta-da! Nice.
Yeah. Basically, I was just saying a lot of experience you can get like coming to like study abroad.
Oh, great. I agree. You get so many great things. You're not our first guest from Indonesia, but I think you might be our second.
Yeah.
So not too many. So this would be a good opportunity. Last time may have been season 1. It's been a long time. Gavi, did you meet Gavi?
No.
Yeah, he was an international ambassador, and I think his sister is a student at North now.
Oh.
He's from Indonesia, so yeah, we don't have a ton of. Have you met other Indonesian students?
In here now.
No. So we need some more. Come on over, guys. We could use more Indonesian students. That's great. Well, thanks so much for your time. It was great to visit you. I learned so much about you. I mean, we work in the same office, but we haven't talked this much since you've been here. So
Yeah.
it's really interesting. Good information for you guys it's a great example of all sorts of the things that are possible. So, well, have a great day. We'll see you out there. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Thanks for joining us every Wednesday for Conversations With. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Conversations With is painstakingly crafted for you by the Seattle College's International Programs Department and supported by the lovely folks here on our campus. This show is produced and edited by me, Evan Franulovich. We welcome your emails and questions about coming to Seattle Colleges. Please reach out to us via our website or just give us a rating and a review on Apple Podcasts, as this helps others discover the show. Also, don't forget to follow us on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, or YouTube at Seattle Colleges INTL. That's Seattle Colleges INTL. And be sure to check out all of the shows here on Conversations With. Thanks for listening, and we'll see you next week.